I'm tired as shit, but not too tired to stop playing Animal Crossing. So quite a few things happened, I guess. Got a watering can, tried to water the dying trees that are still going to die anyway. Made a new flag that looks like an actual flag that I'm sure you'll see sometime. Built 2 snowmen, and got some great new clothes, as you can see by this outfit. The Able sisters just had so many things that went really well together. This just all came together perfectly. I mean, look at this. These glasses and this hairpin, they're just great together. I've warmed up to Benedict a little, because he's just weird, and I can get behind that. He's just a weird guy. Yeah, like this, asking if there are any... Yeah, see, asking if cockroaches are ticklish. That's pretty weird. I can get behind that. Sure, you want to race to find a cockroach? Good luck. It is winter. There are very few bugs outside right now. Let me know how that goes. I don't even have a net. I have unfortunately spent very little time actually paying off the debt, because I was buying so many clothes, as you might be able to tell. So we're going to try and do that right now. Try and spend some time collecting seashells, fishing, and shaking down trees to actually get money to pay off the debt. Normally when I play Animal Crossing, I just try to pay off the debt before I do anything else, but just had to get these clothes. So I guess this time we're paying off the debt as a necessity to fit more shit in our house. You know, Buck keeps mentioning leaving this town, or how we can leave the town to visit other towns. He keeps mentioning that. It's not true. The Wi-Fi service is gone now, Buck. It's not physically possible for me to visit other towns anymore. I mean, I guess that's one advantage the original Animal Crossing on GameCube will always have over future installments, is that, you know, if I start up the GameCube right now, I can still visit other people's towns. Because the GameCube used memory cards to facilitate that. You know, since I played City Folk just a bit ago, something I've noticed is that the fishing in City Folk much easier than the fishing in Wild World by far. In City Folk, I can just close my eyes and wait for the sound to trigger, and then press A after I hear it. But the sound is a lot fainter in Wild World, and the time window seems a lot less lenient. I mean, I'll get used to it. I have to, because can't really catch bugs in winter in this game. That's not really an option. So I have to get used to the fishing here. So, did you know that if you build the snowmen really nice in this game, they send you presents? I did not. I received a present in the mail from one of the snowmen, and it was a wardrobe, which was very useful because I was afraid I was going to have to wait for Tom Nook to actually stock a wardrobe. Wardrobes in this game are really important because they're how you store basically anything. They let you store any items you have and organize them, so it's pretty much the only way to keep track of your shit unless you just want to drop it outside your house. Which you can do, but what kind of fucking slob are you that you just drop your shit outside your house on the ground instead of put it away nice and neat and organized? Don't be like that. I mean, I was like that in the original Animal Crossing for a bit until the house got expanded, but don't be like that. The wardrobe is currently where I am keeping the clothes that I had last time, as well as a lot of furniture because I rearranged the house to be a lot more wintry, which I'm sure you'll see eventually. I remember that you need to buy a certain amount of things from Tom Nook's store in order to upgrade the store, or like spend a certain amount of bells, I think. But I never bothered to figure out exactly how much because it just sort of happened naturally. I mean, for all I know, that could be completely separate from what triggers the upgrade. I remember in the original Wild World you needed to have a friend visit and buy something from his store in order to upgrade to Nookington's. But I hope in the Virtual Console version they removed that, because otherwise you can never upgrade to Nookingtons at all. And you know, normally that wouldn't bother me so much, but in this specific situation, I would really like to change my hairdo. This tree is just a bigger version of the tree I already have. But my house is definitely not large enough for that, and Christmas and winter will be over long before I ever want that tree, so... It is what it is. The tree I have right now is a perfectly acceptable size. There's no reason to go bigger. It's a nice little wintry, cozy house right now. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to be weird when it gets bigger because the amount of furniture I need to buy will increase exponentially to make the house look better. Like, the house looks nice right now because there's just a little bit of furniture because there's a little bit of space. But when there's more space, that's going to be rough. So I need to find a lot more furniture that looks nice together. I actually care about how nice shit looks in this game. That's actually important to me. I think that's become more and more important to me the older I've gotten, but it was also important to me in the original Animal Crossing even when I was young, so maybe Animal Crossing has always just been an exception or some shit. But, definitely when I was younger, like, you know, let's say I was playing Beatdown, I just would have dressed the character to look as stupid as possible, but I actually, like, give a shit about how stuff looks now. At least in video games, and when I'm, like, displaying things. I really do not care what clothes I wear in real life, just put on whatever the fuck. I wonder how many people play the Animal Crossing games and kind of live vicariously through them. Like, I could imagine that being a very easy thing to do. Because this is a simple world. You're really going to look for that cockroach, aren't you, buddy? You're really hurrying up to go find it. Anyway, I think living vicariously through Animal Crossing would probably be easy to do. Because, like, the economy is really simple, it's really easy to make money, it's really easy to pay off your debt. No, I didn't ask your age. What age are gemstones at their most brilliant? Why is 25 as high as you can go? I don't understand anything about what just happened in this conversation. I don't understand what happened at all. I don't know what kind of language she was speaking, but it sure as hell wasn't English. Anyway, yeah, in the world of Animal Crossing, it's actually way easier to make money, obviously, than it is in real life. Like, in real life, capitalism is genuinely complicated, and so are loans and all that shit. Animal Crossing is kind of like an ideal world where all of that shit is simple. As simple as it possibly can be. You know? It's kind of nice. It's a pleasant change of pace. Also, nobody seems to get sick or anything. Or if they do get sick, it's like really minor shit. It's no big deal. At least that I've seen. This game in general is pretty nice and, like, only messed up when it's supposed to be funny. But, like, in City Folk just the other day, Tom Nook was selling an electric chair, like, unmistakably an electric chair, with, like, the straps and everything. But it was called a lab chair instead of an electric chair. And I have to wonder who they thought they were fooling, because even as a kid, I knew what that did. I knew what that was for. Was it called a lab chair in the Japanese version, or did they just call it what it was in the Japanese version? Kinda curious. Still rated E, though. Rated E for everyone. And the games are for everyone, regardless of whether you find the fact that you can purchase an electric chair disturbing. Especially since it has these straps on it to keep you in place while you die. It just seems so strange and starkly out of place, like in Animal Crossing of all things. Like, You go into the store with this bouncy tanuki raccoon man, and he just has an electric chair sitting in the corner next to this really colorful furniture. It's harmless, and some shovels and a net, and he buys apples and he's smiling the whole time, and it's a little weird. I wonder where he gets his shit from. Because he has to get it from somewhere, right? Presumably he doesn't make it, so he's a middleman of some kind. Where did he get that electric chair? Was like a prison using it and just no longer wanted it, or some shit? Thinking about the world of Animal Crossing having the death penalty is not something I expected to think about, but Animal Crossing did this to itself. If it didn't want me to think about these things, it would not include these things in the game. It did this. What happens if someone breaks the law in this town? Like, what do you do then? I mean, Copper and Booker are here. And I guess, 2 armed guards, that's enough law enforcement for a village this small. But what about, like, stuff like fraud? Like non-violent crimes. What do you do about those here? Do you just, like, work it off or something? How do you commit fraud in a village of only, like, 5 people? Would they even care if you committed fraud in this village? Like, would they just laugh you off? I remember even when I was much, much younger in the original Animal Crossing, I also wondered about these things. I also asked these weird questions because, I mean, it's kind of a sandbox game. And it simulates real life, so I had questions. Some questions that had yet to be answered by real life, either. Like, how much do I really want Clu Clu Land? The answer was pretty badly. I wanted Clu Clu Land pretty badly. And I got it. Fair and square. Didn't cheat at all in the original Animal Crossing. Or very much in the sequels, come to think of it, because that wasn't really important to me. I know a lot of people, like, really want to upgrade their houses super fast, but I feel like you run out of stuff to do super quick that way. Like, I get Animal Crossing is technically endless, but as soon as I upgrade the house all the way and the house is fully decorated, I'm done. That's it. When the house is fully upgraded and decorated in a way I like, that's it. I'm done with the game. There's nothing more. Why are you wearing an Arrow shirt? I mean, it looks good on you, because of your body shape. It actually looks real nice. Okay. You don't have to give me anything you don't want. I see, Benedict is still looking for that cockroach. That Arrow shirt really says it's all about me. It's all about Buck. It's also a really nice color for Buck, though. I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, I actually prefer to work and live in a very small area, but I assume you're asking for this game's purposes, in which case, yes. Because the house is not really for anything in this game besides decorating. It's not like you can, like, sit down in your house in this game and play NES games like you can in the original. I remember really obsessing over the fake TVs you could get in Animal Crossing, though, because I really wanted my character to have some form of electronic entertainment. That just seemed right to me, because I was using electronic entertainment in my household. So I feel like my character deserved some, too. And I didn't really see my character as me or anything like that. So I just wanted the best for him, even if he shared my name. I guess I felt more like I was naming my save file, and the idea of my character and the actual character was someone else. even though I personalized everything to my you know, young me was weird. Not that I'm any less weird now, but I'm a very different kind of weird, I guess. I can't really relate to past me in too many ways. But I guess who can relate to children really besides children? Children minds work quite a bit differently. And I was too young for, like, any kind of serious introspection. Not that children that age can't have introspective qualities, but I feel like it's kind of rare. Then again, the rarity of that may be the fault of adults. You know, I strive to treat children like people, which is difficult because children are scary. But, you know, I strive to treat children like people because if I was a child, I would probably want that. I really disliked how little adults believed me when I was a child. That was very irritating. So I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be the kind of person that disbelieves children just because they're children. I don't want to be the kind of person who has A's on their sleeve because the rest of their shirt has A's on it. But that's the only kind of shirt that comes with an A on it, so what are you going to do about it? You know, just a bit ago, my brother asked me, why this Animal Crossing? Why this one? I really don't know. I really don't know why this one. Like I said, I wanted to give this one a chance as an adult because I played a lot as a child. And I'm enjoying it so far, but it's not really a significantly different experience than the other Animal Crossing games. Just, it has less stuff in it than the newer ones. So, this is what the house looks like now. I think it looks pretty nice. The snowman wardrobe has been immensely helpful already. So I'm very glad for it. The wallpaper was free. I got it from Able Sisters for free, but I feel like it matches the wintry theme I was going for. The cozy sort of wintry theme. Put away the stuff that didn't match. I love how parasols look, but they've always been super inconvenient until recent games because there's no quick switch in this game for held items. Gonna pay off some of that debt finally. Gonna make sure I start a new day with no bells. It may seem kinda silly, but you know, it ensures I will actually do something to make money and be productive the next time I play, instead of just go buy shit and then stop playing. You know, if I actually start moving and go and make money, then I will do other things like talk to villagers. But if I already have money saved up, I will just buy shit and stop. Which is what happened last time, which is why I have so many clothes. So many new clothes. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far. Like I said, I think it's just the right time in my life to be playing something like this. Why are you talking about moving so much, Buck? I mean, you sure mention it a lot. I get that you're doing that because this is a video game and you want me to be aware of a feature that used to be in the game. But, like, talk about something else once in a while, man. It's kind of off-putting that you talk about leaving so much. I really like this current house layout, but I'm going to need to expand it if I want to do anything more with this, because I can't see it getting too much different from here, unless it gets bigger.